Just in case y'all don't know who the queen really is, she is the god of Venus, also known as Lilith, Inanna, Isis, and Mary Magdalene, the mother of Jesus. She's running the show our whole lifetime. This is why everyone subconsciously know about her, because she helped create these vessels by producing an egg, the Virgin Mary. She's also known as Ishtar. This is where the word Easter comes from. Countless different stories, same spirit. British media reports criticized Vladimir Putin during the 2014 visit with the Queen because of his refusal to help the monarch down the stairs because he generally kept his distance away from her. 2 years later, Putin revealed the reason he had distance between the Queen. He was alarmed that the Queen showed her true bloodline by shape-shifting a number of times while greeting him. He said her face turned scary with the evil-looking slit eyes and a long dragon-like snout. Her skin also turned gray, dishwater color. And note, he says Obama held the Queen as her hands turned green and scaly when she smiled. Then she revealed sharp, spiky teeth that glisten evilly. But I must add before I go any further that this is all just my theory. So y'all believe what y'all want to believe. Yo, check it. I already know I can't be direct, so y'all got to read between the lines. But y'all have to go back and pause that so I can understand what I'm about to say. So the top left is that dude, and the woman name is Eva Braun, which is in the same bloodline as Wanda von Braun, the German scientist that was the face of NASA. So they had a child, which is the girl to the top right-hand corner. The mother got married and changed all their names. And in the bottom left-hand corner is the girl growing up. When she got married, she changed all the names again. But before that, she had a son, which is in the picture. And on the bottom right is that kid and the mother growing up. Y'all gonna have to pause that too, because I already know what's gonna happen. But anyways, look up these countries right here, and you will find out who they are. And remember, they've written history. So don't be like, he ain't had no more kids. Because clearly, he did. So I'm sure y'all get the picture by now that everybody is in the same bloodline. That's all in his plan. So Diana went and consoled to a woman named Christine because of her understanding of esoterics, because she didn't believe these people was human. She said, according to Christine, used to talk about the mother and said she's a serious piece of wizardry. The mother is a lot older than people think. To be honest, the family hasn't died for a long time. They have just metamorphosized. It's sort of cloning, but in a different way. They take pieces of flesh and rebuild the body from one little bit. Because it's cold-blooded, it's much easier for them to do Frankenstein things than it is for us. The different bodies are just different electrical vibrations, and they have got that secret. They got the secret to microcurrents. It's so micro, so specific. The radio waves that actually create bodies. These are the energies I work with when I'm healing. Then they add that there's people like her across all the continents. She also explains that fear is their food. They say people like her can actually take fear and manifest it to tangible things. The key is vibrational current. And that vibrational current, they can manifest anything from anything. It's like a holographic image. We are all minerals and water vibrating. This is all illusion we are living in. That's the secret. You know, when a monarchy is falling, it's not the end of it. They will manifest it in another form. They have never been defeated, and this is the closest they have came to it. Alright, when she says this right here, right? We are in the fourth world. As I said before, we keep reincarnating here because we don't know. But also, like I said, it is the last time that anybody can be released. This is why the war in heaven is happening, because of this enslavement. And I made a video about how the way she stopped the last reset that should have happened in 2012. It literally shows it on the NASA cameras. And that is what caused the Mandela effect. Like they keep thinking of ways to keep extending this over and over and over again, because of the collective don't want to believe in the truth. Now check this out. The rituals for all females of 13 bloodlines who were going to be in high public positions and marry the RTs to reproduce a new generation of rulers. And on the bottom, y'all say, the Queen told Diana that all ears will be listening to everything she said, and all eyes will be on her forever. And of course, we already know what happened to her. But should all ears and all eyes be on the families? Will the world see them shapeshift soon? I don't know. We might not. Like I said, this is all just speculation, maybe just a conspiracy. But anyways, check this video out.
Media has misled the public into believing that Queen Elizabeth II is a symbolic ceremonial figurehead with little or no real power, that she is a cold but harmless old relic who passes her time sipping tea at the palace. Nothing could be further from the truth. As British monarch, Queen Elizabeth II is the wealthiest, most powerful person on earth. She embodies the crown and supreme world power. Presidents of the United States are forbidden any title of nobility and are subservient to the monarch. The U.S. President is Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces based at Camp David, which is known to insiders as Camp King David. Prime Ministers in Commonwealth nations like Canada and Australia are also subservient representatives of the British King or Queen. They are her spokesmen. The Governor-Generals of the Queen's Commonwealth nations represent and exercise the Queen's power on her behalf. What the general public doesn't realize is that their leaders are only representatives of the monarch and do not possess the power. They exercise the power. They do not reign, they rule. They rule. The monarch, on the other hand, reigns but does not rule, possesses the power but does not exercise it. By delegating her powers instead of exercising her powers, the Queen is left safely outside and above the conflicts and divisions of the political process. She is protected from becoming a target of political hostilities. Meanwhile, the general public is kept in the dark about the true powers that the Queen actually possesses, powers that she delegates but has not yet chosen to exercise. So what exactly are these powers that the Queen possesses but has not chosen to exercise? Her powers include the power to choose the Prime Minister and to dismiss the Prime Minister through her Governor-General, the power to dismiss ministers and the government, the power to dissolve Parliament and call new elections, the power to refuse legislation passed by Parliament, the power to command the armed forces and raise a personal militia. She has the power to read confidential government documents and intelligence reports, the power to declare a state of emergency and issue proclamations. She has the power to call elections and enact laws in Her Majesty's name. Few people realize that not a single law is passed without the Queen's consent. She has the power to exercise crown prerogatives, which means the Queen can declare war through her Prime Minister without even the agreement of Parliament. She has the power to grant and bestow titles and honors like Sir, the power to pardon convicted criminals. So why has the Queen been allowed to legally possess all of these supreme powers? For the sake of tradition? What exactly is the meaning of the term the crown? The crown is defined as executive powers exercised in the name of the monarch. The actual crown itself worn by the monarch is a symbol of the Queen's executive powers. The Parliamentary Oaths Act of 1866 requires all leaders of 54 Commonwealth nations to swear an oath of loyalty to the Queen, not to the people who elected them. I swear by Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, her heirs and successors according to law, so help me God. Those who do not swear allegiance to the Queen are deemed unfit for office, including the Prime Minister, police, military, judges, legislators, lawyers, and public servants. New citizens to the Queen's Commonwealth nations must swear allegiance to Her Majesty the Queen. Public land in the Queen's colonies like Canada is called Crown Land and includes Aboriginal land. Government corporations are called Crown corporations. The Central Bank of Canada and the Canadian Mint are Crown corporations.